Guys, today is uh, very happy and a very wonderful day. It's John Milton birthday, 414th birthday. He was born in 1608 and 1674 he died. He wrote so many poem, prose, and he so many authors criticized on John Milton's, and he wrote so many works, and he is very popular in 17th century writer. And let's going on about John Milton. Milton was an English poet, polemicist, man of letters, and a civil servant for the Commonwealth of England under Oliver Cromwell. He is best known for his Paradise Lost, written in Flanders. He wrote in English, Latin, Greek, Italian, and became internationally famous. Milton's first Latin elegy is Elegio Primia. His Areopagitica is among history's most influential and impassioned defense of free speech and freedom of press. William Gangley, in his 1796 biography, called him the greatest English author. He said, the greatest English author. And then Dr. Samuel Johnson appreciated Paradise Lost as a poem which, with respect to design, may climb the first place, and with respect to performance, the second among the production of the human mind. At Christ College, Cambridge, Milton was called Lady of the Christ. The Christ College called on Milton Lady of the Christ. In 1626, he wrote the first Latin elegy to Charles Theodore, and then he wrote another elegy, Lycidas, and the death of his friend Edward King. In the collections of elegies, just as Edward King Naufrago. And then Samuel Johnson, in his life of the most eminent English poets, wrote about Milton as it appears in all his writings that he has the usual concomitant of great abilities, a lofty and steady confidence in himself, perhaps not without some contempt of others, for scarcely any man ever wrote so much and prized so few. His two masques, arcades, and guns were both composed for noble patrons, connections of the Edge Garden, family, and performance in 1632 and 1634, respectively. Milton's first foray into polemics was a reformation touching such discipline in England, followed by philological episcopacy. In 1644, he wrote a short tract of education, urging a reform of the national universities. At the age of 34, Milton married Mary Powell, a 16 years old girl. In 1652, Milton went completely blind, and his wife Mary Powell also died. He remarried in 1656 to Catherine Woodcock. In 1659, he wrote a letter to a friend concerning the rituals of the Commonwealth in response to General Lambert's recent resolution of the Rump Parliament. Upon the restoration in May 1660, Milton was briefly imprisoned. In 1663, Milton married for the third time with Elizabeth Betty Minshall. Milton published minor fossils such as a grammar textbook, Art of Logic, and History of Britain. In 1674, Milton died of kidney failures. Milton's first published poem was on Shakespeare. Milton's first published poem was on Shakespeare in 1613, and it was anonymously included in the second folio edition of William Shakespeare in 1632. Milton collected his works in 1645 poems published by Humphrey Moseley. His famous work Paradise Regained appeared along with another tragedy play Samson Augustines together in 1671. Milton theological views are presented in his De Doctrina Christiana. In this, he also expresses support for polygamy. In his 1641 Treatise of Affirmation, Milton expressed his dislike for Catholicism and episcopography. In 1643, he wrote the Doctrine and Discipline of Divorce. John Milton began the trend of describing Milton as the poet of the sublime. William Blake placed Edmund Spenser as Milton's precursor and saw himself as Milton's poetical son. Blake, in his poem Milton a Poem, used Milton as a character. Blake considered him a major poet. Blake made the illustration on both poems Allegro. Second Penseroso. William Wordsworth began his sonnet London 1802 with Milton to students to be living. At his covers and modeled is the prelude, a frank verse epic on Paradise Lost. John Keats explained that Miltonic verse cannot be written but in an artful or rather artist humor. Harold Froom in his The Anxiety of Inflation wrote that Milton is the central problem in any theory and history of poetic infusion in English. Milton's Areopagitica is cited as a first amendment to the United States Constitution. Quotation from Areopagitica. A good book is the precious lifeblood of a master spirit. Empalmed and reserved on purpose to a life beyond life in 1631 appeared. His two narrative poems together, Allegro and Second Penseroso. Allegro means happy man, contrasting the comparison pastoral poem Second Penseroso, which means melancholic man. He also wrote a sonnet entitled On His Having Arrived at the age of 23. Allegro is written in octo-syllabic couplet. His sonnet and his blindness and the late massacre in Piedmont are written in iambic pentameter in Elegy Lycidas. Is written in irregular meter and rhyme. Dryden said Milton was the poetic son of Spenser. Dryden Court mentioned the mighty mouth inventor of harmonies called Clipperton, organ, voice of England. Wordsworth said, the sonnet in Milton's hand became a trumpet. His Moscow Scams is subtitled A Moscow Presented at Ludlow Castle 1634 and Midsummer's Night. It is written in blank verse. Its music is composed by Henry Lavis. It was first presented before John Egerton, the first Earl of Bridgewater. The Moscow Arcades was written in praise of Alice Spencer, Countess Dowagers of Derby. The Moscow of Milton was influenced by the Mosques of Ben Jonson. Horden Poems from 1635. Milton spent 6 years at Horden in intensive private study. The poems written during the period are called Horton poems. They are upon the circumstances. At a Solomon music, on time, Hackett's comes Lycidas. Matthew are not called Milton style, grand style. Lycidas is written in 6 sections, a prologue, 4 main parts, and an epilogue. On calm of mind all patience spend is a famous line from Samson Acostes. Dryden called Milton, poet of supply, love at you, see alone is free, a line from Camps. Fam is no plant that grows on martial soil from Lycidas. John Milton criticized Lycidas was the inherent impropriety of his pastoral invention. Dryden was the first to say that Satan is the real hero of Paradise Lost. William Blake, in his Marriage of Heaven and Hell, said about Milton, he was a true poet and of devil's body without knowing it. William Hazlitt, in the essay of Milton Sonnet, said about Milton's sonnet, compared with Paradise Lost, they are like gentle flowers that adorn the path of some proud, calm or stately temple. Milton Cranstyle is a famous book by Christopher Rick. Milton has written 24 sonnets. His sonnet or Petrarchan sonnet comprising an acto and a sestet. Acto may be divided into 2 stanzas ABBA, and sestet into 2 stanzas of 3 lines are each called testet, CDC or CDE. Spenser was Milton's master. Wordsworth said, the sonnet in Milton's hand became a trumpet. Milton was the poetic son of Spenser by Dryden. Tennyson called Milton the mighty mouth inventor of harmonious, hard-gifted organ voice of England. Major works of Milton, Poetry and Drama, on Shakespeare, 1613, Alicaro, 1631, Spenser, 1631, and was presented at Ludlow Castle, 1634, and Lycidas, 1638. Poems of Mr. John Milton, both English and Latin, 1645. When I consider how many light are spent, commonly known as on his planet 1652, the late of Musgrave in the Piedmont 1655, Paradise Lost 1667 to 1674, Paradise Regained 1671, Samson accused in 1671, Poems, see upon several occasions 1673, and Prose works of Reformation 1641, of Philatical Episcopacy 1641, Animo Adversions 1641, The Reasons of Such Government Agent Against Prelate 1642, A Philology for Smectinomus 1642, Doctrine and Discipline of Divorce 1643, Judgment of Martin Pusas concerning Divorce 1644, Of Education 1644, Areopatica 1644, Tetrachordon 1645, Calibration 1645, The Tenure of Kings and Magistrates 1649, Iconoclastus 1649, Defensio pro Papilio, Anglicano First Defense 1651, Defensio Secundo Second Defense 1654, A Treatise of Civil Power, The Ready and Easy Way, Establish a Free Commonwealth 1666, History of Britain 1617, of True Religion 1673, De Doctrina Christiana 1823. Thank you guys. These are all the points or golden points because so many authors criticized John Milton, Dr. Johnson, Dryden, Tennyson, and John Keats, and William Harness, and so many authors criticized on John Milton's, and so many important works are quotes and poets, and very famous 17th century poet John Milton. Today, his birthday, 414th, 1608, December 9. I love you, wish, and John Milton birthday. Thank you, guys. Thank you. If you are satisfied on our videos, like, comment, and share. Subscribe our channel. Thank you.